Thanks, Riv. I want to welcome XSpecial and Cop of Curse to the analyst desk and congratulate XSpecial on your 1,000th career assist. You are the first player in the NA LCS to do so, and as it so happens, Cop was the player who actually gave you that final assist. So it's kind of a match made in heaven, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Surprising. I had no idea it was coming up or anything like that. Unlike Double Lift, I can't say I'm the best, but I like to say that it's been a fun 1,000th. How do you even say it? 1,000th assist. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just like super flustered.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
it was in 100 games, too. So exactly right on that mark. So let's just take a step back in that game. Let's go back to Champion Select. You guys first picked the Gragas top. Now, Korea's been trying Gragas top for a while. It hasn't seen the same type of success. We've seen it in EU. It still falls flat. People have tried it here. Why are you guys the first team to actually whip it out and have it work?
Is this our first Gragas game in LCS?
Your first?
Yeah.
As Curse?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Okay, but regardless, it's really...
Otherwise, it's one of the first wins we've seen.
I think it's the first win. But I think he's a strong pick, and it works well against the traditional bully, Renekton, who typically everyone says wins in all matchups. But Gragas actually does well, actually scales better than Renekton. So in a way, he's actually better in every single way, except that he's slightly harder to play. And that's kind of the problem that you're seeing. Mid-game and late-game, you have to land your barrels, you have to land your ultimate. And oftentimes, Yasuo just, he's really annoying to deal with. You get the walls, and you see Braum a lot too. And these are champions that can really hurt Gragas' scaling. And I think Quads played really well this game. He did fairly well in lane, and team fights he showed up and just wrecked people, and it showed, and we won, so that's good.
Remaining in Champion Select, Cop, I want to direct the question to you. You picked the Kog'Maw fairly early, and then we saw Vasily pick up Corki as opposed to, let's say Lucian or Twitch or something like that, and those were on the table. Why do you think that was?
I think Corki's pretty good into Kog'Maw just because he can poke him in lane at level 6, and his early laning is pretty strong against Kog'Maw. So yeah, they just wanted to take the Nami from us, and so we couldn't get the really strong combo of Kognami. And I don't know, if they play aggressive and get kills, they can snowball on us, but it ended up in our favor.
All right, well, a follow-up on that would be you managed to have the lane that you wanted, and then it ended up snowballing a couple great hooks and exchanges in the bot lane, and you actually picked up a second kill with your passive on Kog'Maw. Holding all of that gold on a late-game carry like that early, how does that accelerate the game or change the way you guys look at the way you want to play it out?
I think for Kog'Maw, he scales the best, and if you can get an early lead, you can pressure the Corki really hard. So I was able to just take the advantage bottom, and they couldn't really lane against us at all, so we could just snowball bot, and they had to force pressure elsewhere.
Yeah, and we actually are going to bring up a Baron fight on the screen here. It's a little later in the game. You guys go 3 for 1. You do give up Baron, but XSpecial, walk me through this fight.
This was not a good situation for us. We saw that Renekton was preparing to go into Baron, and we knew that they're on Baron. We were trying to check it. We were really far. Grice TP's in, and it was really too late. But fortunately, they fight, we fight, and we come out ahead. They were just chunked from Baron, and we were strong at this point. We shouldn't have given up Baron, but at least we came out with some kills. It was a fairly close fight, but I came in really late, and we managed to just sweep them. And yeah, we were pretty upset giving them a free Baron, but fortunately, we managed to catch him out. I get a decent hook. She's probably dead anyways, but regardless, I think that was one of my assists that helped me towards that 1,000, so it was worth it.
Absolutely, every single one counts.
A decent hook? That was a really good hook. Your hooks all game in bottom lane too. You kept hooking more, especially when his flash was down right into a box.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised that they left with Thresh and didn't pick it. Against LMQ in practice, we've often just destroyed them with Thresh. It's one of the few champions actually I feel like I do especially well against, or at least the players. Okay, so Thresh I normally don't carry as hard, and against LMQ especially, I do really well on Thresh. It's kind of surprising. This normally, I don't carry that hard with the champion. I usually do fairly well, but not to this extent. And LMQ has just been a team that is really susceptible to that sort of aggression, and they were forced to pick a weaker lane, and they couldn't play aggressive, and it kind of hurt them. Sure, they had at least in bottom a lot, but Thresh, hooking people in the turret, that's always fun.
All right, Kappa, another question for you. I mean, coming off the backside of that Baron, you were lucky enough to get the Baron buff off of 3 members. But on an immobile carry like Kog'Maw, how important is positioning at that point, especially as the game scales against a Yasuo and a Lee Sin?
Going into the game, I told my team I really needed a lot of peel, just because Lee Sin, Yasuo, and Renekton are just going to be jumping for me. So it's up to the team to, I guess, protect me and just kill the tanks as they come in, just to ensure that I don't get jumped on.
All right, great. And we're actually going to bring a replay up on your screen. About 31 minutes into the game, this is a fight in the mid lane, and I think it pretty well illustrates your positioning, and you stay alive through the fight, and it's a really great fight. If you could walk me through it real quick.
So here we see Ackerman in the brush, and we can get free damage off, but we really want to focus on the Yasuo, so we notice they're jumping at me, so I tell Void to spot me with his spines, and then right here it's just make sure to kill Yasuo and then just kite out the tanks and kill them as they come in, just to protect me pretty much as hard as possible. And with this we can just, if we just kite out the tanks and kill them, then we should be able to win.
Yeah, Xiao ended up using his last breath a little too soon on that one because you got knocked up by it, but ended up just hitting Quas in that. So a little bit of a save there from Quas too. But on the other side of this, I want to talk about Curse in the standings right now. You guys are pretty far down there, and you guys can't be happy about your position, but you want to keep climbing. So what's going to separate you from the bottom and get you up into that big pack that seems to be so even right now?
It's been a really rough season for us. We went in like the first week, we were doing extremely well in practice, and we were expecting, top of the standings or like up there. And then we've just not found our ground. Every single game, we would win early game. Like in terms of just looking at fantasy, which is not a good benchmark, I know, but it means that we get a lot of turrets, it means we get a lot of dragons, first bloods, etc. But we don't really win games, and that's something that we've been struggling a lot. A lot of it is due to my shot calling just not being as good, and Curse's shot calling has not been good traditionally, and just a combination of the two is we don't have enough experience as shot callers to really push our mid game and late game advantage, which these games are often lasting 30, 40 minutes, which is completely unlike last split, where games were 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Like that was kind of the latest. And so late game, not good shot callers, you're gonna lose games. And that's something that is relatively easy to fix, but takes time. And as we're progressing through the split, we're gonna get better and better at it, but I hope it's not too late.
All right, well, with the standings being as close as they are, really across the board, I have one final question for you, which is, coming off of this win, you've got Cloud9 later today. How do you carry that momentum? What are the next steps into making sure that you do kind of turn things around for the team?
It's honestly, this game wasn't even that clean for us. So we need to look at this game, figure out, okay, where are our mistakes in shot calling? Where, like with that Baron, for example, we need to not do those. We need to be able to push our advantage harder. We're winning early game. We should win the game cleaner. And that's something we still need to strive towards. And honestly, it's still going to be tough. Cloud9 is a good team. We haven't beat them once ever, so we would like to have a win now. It could really help us swing our momentum to prepare for the next game tomorrow too.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations again on your 1,000th assist. Good luck in your game later today. Great game that just happened, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
We only just hit the halfway point, but after the break, we'll be reading a few of your favorite Twitter responses. Then it's back to the games with Evil Geniuses versus TSM. Don't go anywhere.